Good morning, we're at Red Hot Yoga. I'm Bethany Vaughn. This is Hot 2. Let's get started. Take your knees just to the inside edge of your mat. Put the tops of your feet down, big toes to touch. Lengthen your arms long out in front of you. Place your forehead onto the mat and then ease your hips and your legs back towards your heels. You want to create a lot of space up and down your spine in between your vertebrae. Breathing deeply all over all sides of your chest. It's more important that you have your forehead onto the mat than your buttocks touching your heels. That will happen over time. And your inner upper thighs should be in contact with your low ribs. If you need to, take a cleansing breath, which is in the nose and out the mouth. And you can take a cleansing breath anytime that you need throughout the class. And then begin breathing through your nose only. And you want your inhalations and your exhalations to last the same length of time. But at first, just take a couple of breaths through the nose to feel how your breath is flowing, how you're feeling this morning, physically, mentally, emotionally, and however that is, practice acceptance. And when you feel like you can take a complete deep breath in and out through the nose only, then start breathing parallel. And a classic yogic breath is 5 counts in and 5 counts out. So breathing in, starting at your tail for 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhaling all the way down your spine for 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting your next inhale, low in the hips, breathing all the way up your sides into the armpits and upper arms. And then exhaling all the way down through your low back, all the way down through your hips and your thighs. Start your next inhalation as low as you can, maybe in your toes, breathing all the way up through the arms, fingertips, and beyond your crown. And then exhaling, taking your pose deeper as you release all of that breath. Draw your low belly in, up, and back to the bottom of that exhale. And we're going to take 4 more breaths this way. Breathing in and breathing out. If you find you need to reposition your forehead so the back of your neck is feeling longer, you can do that. If you find that you need to take your arms a little wider to release any stress or tension around your neck and shoulders, you can do that. Any little adjustments you need, you can make. You should set an intention for your class. When you set an intention, your intention should be very meaningful to you, and your intention should benefit you. When you set intentions that benefit you, in turn, it benefits everyone and everything else in the entire universe. When you take good care of yourself, then you're good for everyone else in your life and in the world. Once you've set the intention, you release it, knowing that you've been understood, knowing that the universe knows exactly what it's doing. And you return to your breath, taking 1 more deep breath here, all the way in, all the way out. At the bottom of that exhale, take the low belly in, up, and back. And on your next inhale, we rise onto all 4s. Coming up onto all fours, line up your wrists underneath your shoulders, fingers spread wide, line up your knees underneath your hips, line up your feet behind your knees. You can choose to keep the tops of your feet down, or you may want to tuck your toes forward. Feel what's right for you at this moment. Take an inhalation breath from tail to crown. And on the exhale, tucking the tail, start rounding your back towards the sky. Your chin will tuck last. This is cat. And on the inhale, lifting from the chin and chest, spine going toward the mat, tail lifting up last. This is cow. Loop into the tail, start rounding your back, chin tucking last, cat. Inhalation, lifting through the chest, spine toward the mat, tail lifting last, cow. Move into 6 more rounds of cat-cows. This is a really great place to notice how your breath and your emotions connect with one another. Your cat pose is an exhale, and your cow pose is an inhale. Downward motion, exhalation, upward motion, inhalation. Moving into a few more rounds, and feel free to roll your hips out, circular motions, to thread the needle where you take one arm underneath the other, opening through the side body, shoulder, neck. Whatever you do on one side, you do on the other side. You can round your back so deep in your cat that you drag up on your fingertips, or you can take your cow into a modified upward facing dog, just waking up the spine. You're going to finish up that last round. Spread open the fingers wide, neutralizing your spine. Tuck your toes forward. Take a deep inhale to fill the space in your upper back. And on the exhale, lift your seat up and back into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog pose is a pose that when we practice power style yoga, we come to a lot. And this entire sequence is designed to help you learn the poses that we do in power, but in a style where you get to hold the poses and really learn the poses. That way when you flow, you feel very comfortable with them. Your feet should be hip distance apart, parallel. Your hands should be shoulder distance apart and parallel. The eyes of your elbows, the inner elbows, should be looking at one another. The head is relaxed, legs are straight, arms are straight, low belly in, up, and back. And then we're going to walk our dog, bending alternate knees, taking a little bit of hang time in each of your heels. You can lift one leg and drop the heel toward the opposite buttock, rolling out your ankle. Do both sides. You may like turning your feet to the left, dropping the hips down to the right, and vice versa. And then we'll hold our down dog for 2 more breaths. We will repeat down dog in this sequence, but not nearly as many times as we come to it in a flow style practice. Then look to the space between your hands and walk up into that space. We're going to hang forward, and if you're back injured or you're pregnant, you're going to keep your hands onto the ground, bend your knees for extra support. Otherwise, grab opposite elbows, put the thumbs in the creases of the elbows, and we'll start turning the head right and left in a no motion, nodding the head yes. You can take the head around in little circles. Keep breathing evenly in and out through your nose. You should have your low ribs touching your high thighs, so bend your knees if you need to. And then still your head and switch your grip. And then we're going to move the hips from side to side. Hips left, torso right, and vice versa. Side to side, back and forth. A little bit of weight forward toward the toes so that the hips start aligning over the ankle bones. And every time you exhale, you'll notice that your elbows are just getting a little closer to the mat. Balance out your sides, coming center line. Hang the arms to the ground. Back injured, pregnant. Keep your feet hip distance, knees bending. You'll walk your hands up your legs. Otherwise, toe heel your feet so they come side by side. Hit your thighs back, tuck your tail down, slowly round up, and take your shoulders down and back twice once you're upright. We're going to establish Samastiti. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you have some personal space around you. So if you were to reach your arms out to the right and to the left, you want to make sure you're not going to hit your neighbors. And then you can relax your arms down. Your toes, heels, and ankles are touching. If you are modifying their hip distance, press into the balls of the big toes, balls of the pinky toes, weight towards the heels, and then relax your toes. Engage your thighs, tuck your tail, pull in your belly. Inhale, raise your arms above your head, fingers reaching towards the ceiling, feet grounding firmly in the earth. Don't lose any length in your spine. Turn your palms out, reach your arms out, and slowly bring them down, lifting the breastbone. Equal standing pose, Samastiti. So we're going to come back to this in between all the other standing poses. Let's continue getting you warmed up. Inhale, raise your arms above your head. This is Urdhva Hastasana, upward hands pose. Reaching upward towards the ceiling, grounding firmly with your feet, pulling in your belly, lifting through your eyes. And from here, bend your knees and sit to an imaginary chair. Right away, bring your hands to heart center. Take an inhale breath, and on the exhale breath, we're going to twist. Taking the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, turning and twisting your chair. This is called Parivrita Utkatasana, revolving or twisting chair pose. Turn your waist, turn your chest, turn your shoulders, turn your neck. You should have your seat lower than your heart and your heart lower than your head. Your knees are glued side by side. Twist another ½ inch and release hands to the mat. Toe heel the feet apart, hip distance. Bend your knees as much as you need to get that upper to lower body contact. Take your peace fingers, your middle and index, grab your big toes. Your palms should be facing one another. Take an inhale breath and lengthen the spine. And then on the exhale, bend the elbows and fold in deeply. This is called Padangusthasana, holding the big toe pose. Use your elbows bending to the outer walls to help you lengthen your side bodies, creating lots of space down the sides and through your spine. Use your inhale and the grip on your toes to move the chest more deeply down your thighs. And the exhale breath, engage the thighs, press back and lift the seat higher, go deeper through the legs. Release your hands from your toes. Toe heel your feet side by side. Bend your knees, extend your arms above your head in prayer. Inhale breath, rise up. And exhale breath, Samastiti. Take a breath. Inhalation, raise your arms above your head, Urdhva Hastasana, upward hands, grounding firmly in the feet, engaging the thighs, tucking the tail, lifting the chest, ribs up off the waist, arms straight, eyes up. Then bend the knees and sit down into your imaginary chair. Right away, bring your hands to heart center. Take an inhale breath, and on the exhale, twist it, taking your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh this time. Turning your waist, turning your chest, turning your shoulders, turning your neck. You get your seat lower than your heart, and your heart lower than the head. Your upper body should be touching your thighs. Turn until you have shoulder over shoulder. Keep the knees firmly side by side. Sit down, sit back, 1 more inch. And release, hands to the mat. Toe heel the feet apart. This time, you have options. You can either step onto your palms, toes to wrists, or you can scoop up your heels into the palms of your hands. If you're particularly tight in the hamstrings, scoop up your heels. If you have some achiness in your wrists or elbows or shoulders, then step on your palms. Either way, you'll get a hamstring stretch. Use your inhale breath, lengthen the spine. Use your exhale breath to take it deeper each time. Keep engaging and re-engaging your thighs, pulling in your belly, shoulder blades down, side bodies long. Use the bending in the elbows to help lengthen your sides. Taking 1 more breath. Good, and releasing. Taking the hands out from underneath the feet, toe heel the feet so they come side by side. Bend your knees, arms extended above the head in prayer. Inhalation breath, rise up. And exhalation breath. Arms go outward and down. And take a breath here. In and out through your nose. Inhalation, raise your arms above your head, Adva Hastasana. Bend the knees, sit down in your chair, Utkatasana. Keep the arms extended this time, working your chair pose. Bring some weight in the heels, squeeze the knees, suck the low belly in, lifting through the chest, strengthening in your arms. Then bring your hands to heart center. Take an inhale, on the exhale, twist it, taking the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, turning your waist, turning your chest, turning your shoulders, turning your neck. Open up your pose. Left hand goes down, right arm goes up. And then we hover the left foot off the floor, and we step it back. So you're in the revolving crescent. Turn your waist, chest, shoulders, neck. Take it 1 more inch. And then hands to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. And take a breath. And if you need to, take a cleansing breath. In the nose and out the mouth. Now some of you know how to jump, so you're welcome to jump. If you don't jump, then you can step up. So look up and step or jump to the top of the mat. Fold in. Bend the knees, extend the arms above your head. Inhale, rise all the way up. And on the exhale, take your arms outward and down. And take a breath in and out through the nose. Inhalation, raise your arms above your head. Bend the knees, sit right down in your chair. Hold the Utkatasana with the arms extended this time. Keep your low belly in. Tuck your tailbone down. Work some weight towards the heels. Squeeze the knees. Get the ribs off the waist. Straighten the arms, eyes are up. Hands come to heart center. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, twist. Taking the right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Turning and twisting your chair. Turning your waist, chest, shoulders, neck. Open the pose. Put the right hand down, left arm up. Sit down and back deeper. Hover right foot off the floor. Step it back. Use your belly strength. Revolving crescent. If the hand on the outside of the foot is too far, put the hand on the inside of the foot. Amp up your back leg and turn just another half inch. Nice job. Change. Down dog. Step it back. 2 breaths. In the nose. Out the nose. If you need a cleansing breath, take it. Then look up and step or jump to the top of the mat. Fold in. Extend the arms above the head. Bend the knees. Inhale. Rise all the way up. And exhale. Arms outward and down. Standing tall and still. Taking 2 even breaths. In and out through your nose. We have 1 more warm-up pose, and then we're going to take a water break. If you need a strap, For Gomukhasana, get your strap or your towel. So Gomukhasana is when you have one arm under like so, and the other arm over. And so if you're right-handed, this side is going to be tighter for you. And if you need a strap, then put a strap in between your hands or a towel. Okay? So go ahead and get what you need. And then bring your right arm under. Say good morning to your shoulders. Light. And then left arm over. Bending the knees. We're going to take the right leg and cross it up, over, and around. Wrap the foot if you're not knee injured and you're able. Keep the elbows pointing straight up and straight down. Bending both of the knees. Squeezing the thighs. Pulling in the belly. Lengthening the spine. Come lower, deeper. Change. Release the arms and switch the sides. Left arm goes under, right arm goes over, bending the knees and taking the left leg over and wrapping it, and square your hips and your shoulders, bending both of your knees, squeezing your thighs, sit lower and deeper, and change. We're going to go right into eagle pose. Arms come up, bringing them out, cross the right, underneath the left, lift the elbows up, bend the knees and sit down, take the right leg, cross it up over, wrap it around. Now on this set, you can fly your eagle forward. So take the upper body towards the front of your mat and bending both of your knees. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Change. Arms come up, bringing them out. Left, under right. Lift the elbows. Sit down. Taking left leg up over. Wrap it around. Align. Focus. Fly your eagle forward. Taking tailbone down to the heel. Squeeze, sit deeper and lower. 3, 2, 1. Arms up, out, down. Good morning. Have some water. Nice and warm. Please feel free to drink water now in between the poses as you need it. And because we do flow here and there a tiny bit, if you find you need water while we're in the middle of a pose, certainly you can have it. Just try not to be disruptive, all right? We're going to turn to face your left, the short mirrored wall. Come to the center line of your mat. On the inhale breath, raise your arms. And as you exhale, take your arms to the outer walls. Step your feet out underneath your wrists. Nice big wide stance. Literally your ankle bones should be under your wrist bones. And then place your hands on your hips. Turn your feet so that they face forward. If you have no knee or back issue, you can toe in a bit, pigeon toe. Loop your tail down. Roll your chest open. Exhalation breath. Hinging forward where the hips meet the thighs. Place the hands onto the ground. Bend the elbows, walking straight back through your legs. And place your head onto the ground, grabbing your ankles in your palms. My more advanced students, feel free to scoop up the outer edges of your feet. And instead of the crown going down, you can place your forehead onto the mat. That intensifies the stretch. Anytime you add a variation, the stretch typically will intensify in some way. Releasing, walking the hands forward. Now stay in your wide stance, and you're going to turn your left foot in deep. Come all the way up, and then turn your feet as we go into the warrior one. The back foot, left foot's in about 45 to 60 degrees, and the front foot facing directly forward. Come on the ball of your back foot to bring the hip a little bit further around. Engage the thigh to put the heel back down. Square your chest forward, lift your arms up, and bend your forward knee. This is warrior one. Now warrior one, the upper body should be going up and back, not forward. Square the chest, pull in the low belly, eyes can go up, hands can come together, head can drop back. Then bring your hands to heart center and lay your torso onto your thigh. And from here we're going to lift up, taking it up into warrior three with the hands in the prayer position. If you didn't have room, like I just didn't have room to back up. Then micro bend that forward leg and step it back into warrior one. Take one full breath all the way in, all the way out, taking it deeper. And then coming up and turning your feet so that they face the short side of the room. And hands come onto the hips. Now, when you go down there, you can stand on your head if you want to, or you can take an arm variation. You can do reverse prayer, or you can do interlace. You choose. Take an inhale with your chest. Exhale, hinge forward, right where the hips meet the thighs. Prasarita Padmanabhasana with variation. Draw the shoulder blades down. Relax the neck. Bend the knees a bit if you need to iron out your spine. You're standing on your head. Engage your thighs and your upper arms more, and that works for everyone, but it also works for your headstand to go deeper. Headstanders, beautiful. Make your way down. And then we're going to inhale and come up. Stay in your wide stance, turning your right foot in 45 to 60 degrees, and turning your left foot so it faces the back wall. Come on the ball of your back foot, bring the hip around, straighten the leg, back down, heel down, arms up, and then bending into your left knee for warrior one. Get your chest so it squares towards the back wall. Eyes up, head can go back, hands can come together. Breathe into wherever you have any tight spots. And then bring your hands to heart center. Lay your torso onto your thigh. And then lifting up into warrior three with hands in prayer. Focus and concentrate. Micro bend left leg, stepping back. I always like this warrior one, it's deeper. One full breath, all the way in, all the way out. Inhale, straight legs. Turn your feet so they face the long edge of your mat, and we'll go into our last Prasarita. All options are on the table. Loop your tail, roll your chest open, exhalation. Be mindful you're not sending your seat back. Lift the seat up, take the spine towards the mat. Grab your ankles, or if you have an arm variation, or if you want to stand on your head this time. Wherever you are, fine. And inhalation, rise. Arms go out to the sides, step in, arms up, out, and down. 2 breaths. For this next pose, if you know with straight legs it's difficult for you to touch the floor with your hands, you're going to put a block in the top right corner of your mat. We're going to move into in a triangle. So standing center line on your mat, inhale and raise your arms, and then bring them out and step your feet out just short of the wrist. Keep the arms extended. Turn your left foot in about 30 degrees. Turn your right foot so it faces the long front of your wall. Take an inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, tilt over to the right. Placing the hand down, other arm is up. Hand either goes to the floor or to your block. You can be on fingertips. And the entire chest, both sides of the chest, are facing towards the short mirrored wall. Really what you're looking for is that you have shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. So keep pressing the left thigh back. Squeeze the right thigh more. Lift the chest towards the head. Turn the waist, chest, shoulders, neck. Good. Inhale, come up, and switch the sides. Right foot turns in 30 degrees. If you have a block, you switch your feet, you bring your block along for the ride, and then you put your block back down. Arms extended. Left foot turns all the way out. Inhale up the spine. Exhale. Tilt over to the left. Finding those lines of energy. So you have a line from fingertip to fingertip across the shoulders, hip to hip, and in fact, you can engage your left leg so well, pressing with the foot and lifting with the thigh, that you should feel that lift come into your right hip. Turn the waist, turn the chest, turn the shoulders, lift the chest towards the head, turn the neck, and come up. Inhale, good poses. Switch sides. We'll repeat and add on. Front row, make sure you have enough room. We're going to take it up into a half moon. So left foot is turned in slightly. Right foot is turned all the way out. Arms are extended at shoulder height. Deep inhale up the spine. Exhalation, tilting out and over to the right. Placing your hand down on whatever surface you are using, either floor, shin, block. From here, put top hand to hip, bend forward knee. If you have a block, you can take it with you or you can choose not to. And then lift the back leg, coming into the half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Once you have your balance, send your top arm up. If you want to add a variation of quarter moon, you can. Quarter moon is when you hold the ankle. Take one more breath. Then micro bend into your standing leg. Be mindful of your joints. And come back into triangle. Taking one full breath. All the way in. All the way out. Inhalation, rise. Gorgeous. Switch sides. Right foot turns in slightly. Left foot turns to face back wall. Arms extended, inhalation, exhalation. Remember when we were doing cat-cows, I said inhale's upward motion, exhale downward motion. So we exhale into the pose. Then you find your breath, gain space, lifting your chest on your inhale. Go a little deeper as you exhale. Put the top hand onto your hip, bend your forward knee, choose to take the block with you or not, and then you're gonna lift up into your half moon. Micro bend in your forward knee, step back, coming into triangle, one breath, all the way in, all the way out. Inhale, rise up, step in, arms up, and out, and down. 2 breaths. I like some water after that one, that's a lot. It's just a suggestion. All right, we're going to turn to face forward again, but come all the way to the back of your mat. And the hands are going to come to heart center. You can feel when you position your hands like this that it actually helps you feel more centered. So breathe right into the heel of the hand where it meets the thumb, where it meets right underneath your heart. And then we're going to take the right foot, eyes are open, step it forward. And point the toes to the left. And the upper body is going to start to lower as the leg is lifting behind you. Level your hips as well as you're able. And when you get parallel to the ground, send your arms back. And then you're going to fly this plane in for a landing. Torso coming down, leg lifting up, arms stretching back. Hands then come on the mat. And we continue lifting the leg up for standing split. Now something that you might notice is that when you start lifting your leg this high, some gripping comes into your shoulders and your neck and your face. Take a deeper, fuller breath into the space where you feel tension. And then engage the legs more, soften in the shoulders and lift higher. Beautiful. And then we're going to drop that leg that's in the air 2.5 to 3 feet back. You can micro bend your forward leg to help you. And then put the head on the knee. And this is called Parshvottanasana. Level your hips by pulling your right hip back and up and your left hip a little bit down and forward. Be mindful that the balls of the big toes, especially on that forward foot, are staying down. Then put your hands in prayer above your head. Inhalation and rise up. And then take your right foot and step it back to your left. And bring your hands again to heart center and refocus and recenter. Good, let's do the other side. Take your left foot, step it forward. Point the toes of your right. The upper body starts to lower as the leg is lifting behind you. Level your hips as well as you're able. Eyes are forward, neck is long, belly strong. When you get parallel with the ground, send the arms back. Fly that pose in for a landing. Chest coming toward the top of the mat. Leg lifting behind. Put the hands on the ground. It's good, Gina. Lift the legs high in the air. And notice if your shoulders, face, or neck, that is energy that you could be using to lift your leg, but it's stuck. So take a breath deeply into the area that's tight. When you exhale, send that energy into the leg in the air, lifting higher and higher, and then top leg steps back, 2.5 to 3 feet, head comes to knee, pyramid pose, or side triangle. Level your hips. Work the left hip back and up. Work the right hip down and forward, engaging the thighs. Soften the shoulders, the jaw. Take one more deep breath here, head coming to knee. Hands in prayer above the head. Inhale, come up taller than you went in. And take your left foot and step it back to your right. This time bring your arms out and down by your sides. And take 2 even breaths in and out through your nose. The next balancing poses are combined with each other. And I think this morning I'm going to take you through Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana versions A, B, and C. It goes to E, but we're just going to do the first 3 letters. Okay. You're very welcome. But C is a little harder than D, but that's all right. And so let me quickly show you those ABC things we're doing, okay? So we will take the leg forward, A, out to the side, B, back to the center, and this is C. And I like to bend my knee so I can get a good grip on the outside of my foot. I even bend that standing leg for just a second so that I can amp it back up, and then you twist it. We'll come back to center, and we'll just place it down, because that's quite enough. Okay. All right. So first, though, dancer's pose, followed by what I just showed you. Okay. Inhale, raise your arms above your head. You're going to turn your left palm so it's forward and drop your right arm down by your side. Palm of the hand, soft part of the elbow facing out. Then bend into your right knee and grab the instep of your foot. Lift and lengthen upward. And then as you exhale, start to kick back and up. Lifting the chest and kicking back. Lifting and kicking. Hinging forward slightly and lifting the foot more. Pulling in the low belly, reaching through both of your arms. Hinging forward, taking the toes skyward for 3, 2. Now foot never touches the floor. Inhale upright. Use your belly strength. Bring it forward. Take that arm and reach down the inside of the leg. Grab the toe. Send the leg forward, A. Bring the leg out to the side, B. Lifting it higher by bending the elbow. Counterbalance if you like. Hand can be on hip. Bring it to center and move into C. Grabbing the outside of your right foot with your left hand and then reaching back and lifting the leg as high as you can so you have one straight line across your shoulders. Yes, come back to the center. Ooh, and place the foot down. And then from here, we're going to move into the other side. Inhale, raise your arms up. Turning now. Right palm forward, left arm comes down, bending the left knee, grabbing the instep of your left foot. Take an inhale breath, grow taller, and on the exhale breath, start to kick back and up. Press the foot away from your bottom and upward towards the sky. Strengthen your standing leg, pull in your low belly, kick and lift. Take it up another inch, taking the toes up and over your head. Then inhale upright, foot never touches the floor. Bring it forward, reach down the inside of the leg with the left arm. Grab the big toe, lift, send the leg forward. Send the leg out, lift it higher by bending the elbow. Modification is to hold the knee. Bring the leg center line And revolve it, taking your right hand to the outside of the left foot. And if you lift the toes up in line with your shoulder, you'll get one straight line across your shoulders and a gorgeous twist. Keep breathing, lifting. 3, 2, come back to the center. Fantastic, put the foot down. Good, take a breath. Cleansing breath might be appropriate. And then we'll turn and face the short side of the room once again. We're going to work on a little more strength building. Inhale and raise your arms. Exhale and bring your arms out. Step your feet out underneath your wrists. Turn your left foot in slightly. Turn your right foot so it faces the front mirrored wall. And then bend in your right knee. This is called Warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2. Now the torso's in the center line. Don't surf over to the right. It's as though someone's pulling on your left fingertips, pulling your torso into the center. Pull in your belly, pull the left side of the ribs back, and the gaze is to the right. Press firmly in the heels, pelvic floor up. My folks who are familiar with Mula Bandha, engage, always. Head is turning to the right. Inner upper thighs pressing apart. Take one more breath, lift through your heart. Excellent, change, switch the sides. You can keep your arms extended or you can rest them if you need to. Turn the right foot in, turn the left foot out. Arms extended at shoulder height. Exhalation breath, bending down through the left knee, keeping the torso in the center line as though someone were gently pulling on your right fingertips. Hit the top of the right thigh back. Stack the left knee directly over the ankle. Keep both arms at the same height. Pull the right ribs back. Turn your head more to the left. Come a little lower with the hips. Engage Mula Bandha. Lift more with the heart. Good, and change. Coming up, let's build on it. Turn your left foot in 30 degrees. Turn your right foot facing the front wall. Arms extended, bending in the right knee, Warrior 2. Gaze left, it will help rotate your chest. Slide to the right, put the right hand either in front or behind the right ankle, and take the left arm, flank it over. Turn your waist, turn your chest, turn your shoulders, turn your neck. You should have one long line from your left wrist all the way down through your left ankle. Left hip slightly higher than right, right knee bending 90 degrees. Turn the chest skyward. Good. Inhale, come up. Switch the sides. Breathing. Turn the right. Breathing is very good. Turn the right foot in slightly. Turn the left foot so it faces all the way out. Bend the knee, 90 degrees. Look to the right to help rotate your chest. Slide, extend, and reach to the left. Put the left hand down. Bring the right arm over. Now, if you are back injured, that arm can go up or on the hip. Otherwise, it's all the way over. Use the arm and the leg to help you turn. Press in your heels, engage your thighs, tuck your tail, pull in your belly, lift your chest, turn your waist, chest, shoulders, neck, and change. Come up, step in, arms up, and out, and down. Woo, take 4 breaths. It'll get to where the strength building poses actually energize you, where you don't feel like you're depleted. It will get to where your entire practice actually feels that way. As opposed to, oh, I keep losing something. It's more like you're gaining something. As you get stronger, it's strength built on strength, okay? It's like love built on love, same thing. All right, we're gonna continue facing this short mirror. We're going to move into revolving triangle, followed by side triangle. Inhale, raise your arms. feet out underneath your elbows, and then put your hands on your hips. Turn your left foot in super deep, like 80 degrees. Turn your right foot so it faces forward. Now hopefully you have enough room on either side of you to extend your arms out to the right and to the left. If you don't, readjust where you are on your mat. Exactly. And then from here, we're going to hinge forward at the hips. And when you get parallel with the ground with your torso, take and bring your left hand to the outside of your right foot and turn your entire chest all the way to the right. You can use a block if you need to. I love to have a block in the morning. It helps my alignment and I can breathe, because what I don't like to feel is when I'm trying to take a breath and my breath gets stuck somewhere in my body and I can't take a full breath all over the body. So that would be a good indication that you could take some height. And then from there, unwind and place your hands down and put your head onto your knee. Take one full breath here. Put your hands in the prayer above your head. Inhale, come up strong. Beautiful. Pivot, face the end of the room. Pivot, face the back of the room. If you have a block, go ahead and put it down. Bring that back foot, right foot in deep, left foot facing forward. Arms open to the outer walls. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, start to come forward. And when you're parallel with the floor, spin it. Take the right hand to the outside of the left foot. Turning your waist, chest, shoulders, neck, if it's comfortable. Taking height if you need it, so that you can get the rotation through the spine. Suck your low belly in, hit your thighs back, and move the chest forward, away from the hips, and up towards the ceiling. Good poses. And then fold in towards Uttanasana. Head comes onto knee. Thighs sitting back, engaging. Low belly pulling in, up and back. Shoulders soft, neck relaxed. Full breath, all the way in and all the way out. So come into the forward fold. Come into the forward fold. Taking one more breath here. And then hands come in prayer. Inhalation, rise. Pivot, face the end of the room, and close. Feet side by side, arms down, standing tall, Samastiti. Turning now to face forward, we'll move into tilting tree. Grab some water if you need it. It's quite normal actually to feel like you want to have some water after you've been twisting, because twisting literally twists your insides. It's stimulating all of your digestive organs, all the organs that cleanse your blood, and so it stimulates the heart, and so you may feel like you want to wash that through, okay? One of the reasons it's so important that towards the end of the class we go upside down is so that all the toxins that get stirred up can actually release and come, not sit in your legs. All right, so we're going to move into tilting tree or just regular tree, you choose. Standing into your left leg, externally rotating your right, choosing your pose. If you're going to tilt your tree, send your arms up and then tilt away from your right leg. And this is great practice for keeping your hips squared, shoulders squared, and you get this gorgeous stretch down the side body. Building strength in there too. That's why it's coming up that's more challenging. Engage the side body, come up. Coming all the way up, bring the knee forward, arms down. Good. Let's do the other side. Standing into your right leg, externally rotating your left. If you tilted your tree on one side, you need to tilt your tree here as well. Hips square, shoulders square. And then use the strength of the side body to help you come up. Good, nice and stable. Bring the knee forward. Good, Susie. Bring the foot down. Take a breath. Now we're going to take 2 cleansing breaths together. So in the nose, arms up. Out mouth. Again. Excellent. Almost to the floor. Dolphin. I just find that funny. Mildly file. Okay, so we're all of it, right? We've got everything in us. You gotta take it with the good and the bad. But dolphin is a fantastic pose. And so we're gonna lay the forearms down onto the mat like so. And so if you need to interlace, you can interlace. If you want to use your block, you can put your block like so, palms flat on the ground. Or you can just have the hands on the ground, most advanced. All right, so go ahead and set yourself up. Elbows slightly narrow of shoulders, toes tucked forward, head relaxed, head is not on the ground. Take a deep inhale in the upper back. And on the exhale, lift the seat, up and back. And then walk your toes towards your nose and bring your nose towards your toes. Your head relax. Do not let your shoulders come forward of your elbows. Strengthen your upper arms. So one of the reasons people get frustrated in this pose is because they're just hanging out, not engaging, and it starts getting real heavy real fast. So you must engage. Thighs pressing back, arms pressing down, shoulders squeezing in, low belly sucked in, heels pressing, even if they're not on the floor. If they are, lift your toes up. Then lower down. Child's pose. Take a breath. And then we're going to come back up, dolphin. Tuck your toes, exhalation breath, lift the seat. Right leg up. Ekapada dolphin. Wake up your feet. Press through the feet, get the feet active, spread the toes. Put that foot down. Y'all are strong, so we're not resting in between. Lift up the other leg. Left leg is up, toes are active. You may have one leg that's more responsive. I do, one foot that's a little more responsive, easier to control. Good, put that foot down. Rest. Okay, come back up. This last one, you have the option to simply hold your dolphin, ekapada your dolphin, or take it all the way up into forearm balance. Okay? So you go to your working level, set it up. Go up. Come down and rest. Then unwind. Stand on your knees. Big toes to touch. Take your knees a little bit wide. Hands at the hips. If you've got a low back issue, you can put your thumbs in your sacrum or your fists in your sacrum. Tuck your tail down. Roll your shoulders back. Arc backwards. Count. Inhalation upright. Place your hands onto the mat. Tuck your toes and lift your knees up off the floor. And we're going to go into crow. Now, if you know you're going to jump back in your crow to chaturanga, then you can go toward the top of your mat more so that you have space. Okay? And just as a FYI, no jumping if you have a back issue, no jumping if you're pregnant. Okay. And so, hands go down, knees come onto upper arms, feet rise. Crow. Bakasana. If you're going to jump back, go ahead and jump back. If not, just step back. High push-up plank. And then if you want to, you can take a vinyasa. We take many of these in power. The vinyasa is elbows straight back. You can go to the floor if you need to. Inhalation for up dog or cobra. Exhalation into downward facing dog. 2 breaths. High push-up plank. Right hand, right foot towards center. Stack. Hip over hip, ankle over ankle, shoulder over shoulder. Modification, bottom knee down. High push-up plank. Feel free to take a vinyasa. Take a couple breaths in your down dog. And then everybody's in high push-up plank. This time, left hand, left foot towards center. Stack, turn. Modify if necessary. Nice try, good pose. These are beautiful. High push-up plank. And then take a vinyasa if you like. Take a couple breaths in your down dog if you took a vinyasa. We're in high push-up plank now again. Come to high push-up. And then we're going to take the elbows straight back to the count of 5. I'm going to do it with you, so hold on one moment. We're going to lower 5, elbows straight back, hovering. 4, squeeze the elbows with the side bodies. 3, wait, 2, 1. Lie all the way down. Lie all the way down. Look to the right and put your left ear on the ground. Put your big toes to touch, your arms down by your sides, your palms facing up. Place your hands, palms up underneath your shoulders, thumbs as wide as your chest, mouth or forehead onto the floor. Zip up your legs like you have one cobra tail unless you're injured in your back, in which case you'll take your feet hip distance. If you're pregnant, you turn over and you do fish, Matsyasana. Exhalation, low belly in. On the inhale, curl and lift. And when we're doing Cobra, you can use arm strength. So you have the option, either full Cobra or baby Cobra. Baby is where you take your hands up and hover. For 3, 2, lengthen lower. Looking now to your left, placing the right ear on the mat. Savasana, locust. Open the arms to the right and to the left like an airplane. The arms angle down at 45 degrees. If you would prefer to take the interlaced grip behind you, you can do that as well. This morning I'm going to go in just with my arms open. Exhalation breath, strengthen low belly, arms and thighs. On the inhale, lift, rise. Upper, lower body lifting at the same time. Now if you're interlaced, you keep your head relaxed. If your arms are open, you look up. Squeeze the legs. Take the arms further back. Thighs up off the mat. And then lower. Look to the right. Big toes touch, arms down, palms up. Our last belly down, back bend. We're going to bring the right arm forward. Keep the right leg extended, bend the left knee. You can hold either the in or the outside of your foot. You choose. Exhalation. This is called Ardha Chaturasana, half locust. Low belly draws in on the exhale, and on the inhale, lifting. Upper and lower body. So the straight leg comes up too. Then use your kick to leverage up. Those of you that were training yesterday, kick, lift, 3, 2, 1, swing it out. Now your left arm is forward, right knee is bending. Exhale, low belly in. Inhale, lift, up for lower body. Get the knees closer together. Don't bring your leg out to the side. Kick. Use the power in your kick to leverage your lift. Nice, Cassie. Lift higher. 1 more inch. Change. Outstanding. Look to the left. Arms down. Palms up. Big toes touch. Deep breaths. Place your hands, palms up underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes forward. Take an inhale to push up plank. On the exhale, press up and back into down dog. Now here we are again in this downward facing dog. Some of you have done a few, but just compare at this point in the class to when you first started class. How's this down dog feeling in comparison? Sometimes it's hard to get up early, especially on the weekend. Sometimes it's hard to drive here after work. I get it. But notice the difference at how you feel when you first come in and how you're already feeling at this point in the class. It's always the right choice. There's not many things you can say that about. And now bring your feet a little toward each other, and we're going to lift up through the right leg and take the knee forward towards the right wrist, lay it down, sending the left leg straight back from the hip and the left knee straight forward from the hip. And if you lower the pelvis, and then you can adjust your shin so that you're getting a stretch in the hip. Lift the chest. This is called half pigeon. And then drag the chest forward. And to get an extra chest opener, while you're in the pose, put your elbows down and your hands behind your head. If this does not suit you, that's okay, but this is what I would suggest. Slowly come up, plant your hands, use your low belly strength as you press your hands down, pull that forward leg back. Good. Then bring your feet toward each other. This time, lifting up through your left leg, bring it forward, put the knee towards your left wrist, send your right leg straight back, move your shin so you're in the appropriate position to open your hip. You should feel something. If you don't feel anything, adjust your shin. Lift your chest and then drag your chest forward. Hands can be in prayer, whatever you did the last time. Come up, bring your back leg forward, lie all the way down on your back for bridge. We'll do two, so you have the option on the second one to go into wheel, and I love to do bridge to wheel. And what I'll do is I'll turn to this side so that see that if you want to. It's one of my favorite ways, so if you want to watch for just a second. So you come into your bridge, and you've got all this lift in your chest, and then you just turn your hands around, and you take all that height and pull it up into your wheel. And when you lower back through bridge. Okay? Go ahead and first just do a bridge. Okay? First set, lift the hips up, move the chest towards the chin, bring the upper arms under toward each other, and let's take 2 more breaths here. And then slowly lower down. Articulate upper, middle, lower back, tailbone to the ground. Excellent. Now in the second set, feel free. If you just want to push up into wheel, straight into it, great. Otherwise, you may want to take that option, bridge into wheel. Go ahead, set up, go up. Oh, just gorgeous. Nice pose. Keep working the chest. Good, Trudy. Squeeze the upper arms more. The chest comes through the arms, towards the back wall. Bring your eyes to look for your heels. Take 1 more breath. Good, and lower. Articulate the spine. Now put your feet together and your knees open. Supta Baddha Konasana, rest. You can have your hands at your inner thighs, at your hips, at your low belly, at your mid belly, your heart. You can just rest your arms down by your sides. Use your hands to close your knees. And then if you need the wall to go upside down, then go ahead and rock and roll up or roll to the side to come up. And we're gonna go upside down for 2 minutes. You can also put your sacrum on a block. Or you can just have your legs up. You can use any wall in the room. You can do headstand, shoulder stand, forearm balance, handstand, if it's in your practice. But in this class, I recommend, if you're new, or if your low back feels achy, lay over a block. Deep breaths. This is a fantastic place to reconnect with your breath. It's a great place also to get a new and different perspective. Sometimes we can't figure things out when we're right side up, but if we turn ourselves upside down, we may get a different viewpoint. This is why yoga is so beautiful, because it helps to teach you to think in all different directions. Get physical, mental, and emotional benefits from every single pose. And then slowly make your way down and rest for 4 breaths. For every minute we were upside down, we get 2 resting breaths. This morning, I'd like for you to practice resting for these 4 breaths. Because especially if you're a type A personality, you consider downtime or resting time laziness. The only thing that rest and lazy have in common is that they're both 4 letters. They're different. We need rest. Beautiful. Bend your knees. Grab behind your thighs. Rock and roll up a few times, or you can roll to the side if you have a low back issue. And this morning we're going to go into Revolved Konasana. And so in Sanskrit, for those of you that are training, this is actually called Parivrita, revolving, Parshva, side, Upavishta, cone pose, asana. it is not Janu, Savasana, Revolved because the legs are both extended. We're going to face the long edge of the mat, the short wall. How wide should your legs be? Take them as wide until you feel a tug very gently above and below the knee. My former dancers or current dancers, you don't have that feeling, so just go not into a middle split. Okay. And then sit up tall. And we're going to take the right arm and lift it skyward. Lay the right side body on the right thigh with the right elbow on the ground. Keep your palm facing up and grab the big toe side of your foot. Turn the chest away from the earth. The arm can go up if you're back injured, over if you're not, and if you're more flexible, grab a hold of the foot with your top arm and spin your chest skyward. The more you engage your legs, the deeper you will go. Inhalation, rise. It's intense, yes? Lift your left arm up. Lay the left side body on the thigh. Put the left elbow on the ground. Palm facing up, holding big toe side of the foot. Top arm, either up or over. I just got an adjustment. I love that. Tuck your sacrum. Shield-shaped bone in the base of the spine. Tuck it in, pull your belly in to meet it. Turn your waist. Turn your chest. Turn your neck. Strengthen your legs, go deeper. Inhale, nice Macy, come up. Ooh. Use your hands on the outside of the thighs, just above the knees. Close the legs. And then turn so that you're facing the back of your mat, the back wall now. And we're gonna take happy baby. Okay, so lie all the way down, split open the thighs, happy babies. Rocking east and west. And I'm so glad all of you came to this class to prepare for the power class. Such a good warm-up. Come to stillness in the center line. Take a deep inhale. Squeeze, pull down on the exhale. Excellent, then place the feet down. Pick up your hips and move your hips over to the left. Pull your knees up into your chest. Open your arms. If they can extend fully, great. Otherwise, just kind of goalposts or put them in like a cactus position. And then take the legs over to the right. So hips went left, knees go right. If both shoulders are down, you can turn and look over your left shoulder. If not, just look straight up. And then lift your top leg, followed by your bottom leg. Lift your hips up and lift them right. Pull your knees in and drop them left. Supine twist. Up with the top, up with the bottom. Center, Savasana. Extend your legs long. Arms down by your sides, palms turned over. Deep breath. Close your eyes. Rest. And I'll guide you through relaxing in your Savasana. Relax all 10 toes. Continue breathing naturally. Relax the soles of your feet and the tops of your feet, your inner and your outer arches. Relax your feet. And relax your ankles, the inner and outer ankles, the front and back side of the ankle, the Achilles tendons lengthening down through the heels. Relax in your ankles and your feet. And relax your lower legs, your calves and your shins, the inner, the outer, all the way up to just under the knee. Relax your lower legs and your ankles and your feet and keep breathing. And relax in your knees, the front of the knee, the back of the knee, under, above, and the sides of the knees. Relax in your knees, in your lower legs, in your ankles, and in your feet. And relax in your thighs. And relax the inner, the outer thigh, the front of the leg, the back of the leg. Let the hamstrings release and the quadriceps relax. Relax in your upper legs, and your knees, and your lower legs, and your ankles, and your feet. Relax. Take a deep breath into the lower body. As you exhale, relax. Relax in your pelvis, all in your hips, in your sacrum, all under the navel, above the navel, from hip to hip, and in your sacrum. Breathe fully, all through your hips and pelvis, down through your legs, to your feet. Relax. And relax all through your belly. Let your belly rise and fall. Feel the navel center fall through the earth. Feel the lower ribs relax and space in each rib above that start to open. Relax in your belly, hips, pelvis, and your legs, all the way through your feet. And relax and open more deeply through the chest and allow the breastbone to expand, all the ribs to relax, space in between the ribs to open. Feel the shoulder blades descend and broaden, and let the earth sustain your weight. Relax. Relaxing from the chest all the way down to the feet, taking full and deep breaths. And relax in your collarbones and your arms, upper and lower arms, all the way through your wrists and your palms. Relax. Deep breaths all the way up through the neck, into the back of the head and the front of the head. Relax in your skull. Relax in your face. Let the space around your eyes become broad and flat, and relax. Let the inner ear soften and open, and let the hairline come back. Taking a deep and full breath from your toes to your crown, all the way in, and then all the way back down. And feel the release in the crown of the head in the next inhalation breath, opening the crown. And as you exhale, let the energy of the universe come through you, be of you, embrace you, cleanse you, and be you. I thank you for letting me teach you. Namaste.